what, like, ever heard the expression "take from Peter to give to Paul"? It's an old expression, I'll give it that. But in the new day and age that we seem to live in now, I think we can take away the Paul and replace it with a simple Muhammad. If you're going to call me racist for that, be my guest. But for the last year and a half, countless European countries, Britain, America and Canada, have done nothing but pander to the quote-unquote migrant crisis that was created by our own governments. We've had to bend over backwards for these migrants under the ruse they were refugees. And not only that, we've had to pander to the likes of families like the Soup family, who I made a video on the other week, who were complaining that their house was too small and the council was neglecting them. A family of 8 children. This family here. Now the reason I say take from Peter to give to Muhammad is because, you know, in this day and age now, house prices are skyrocketing. The pension, or the retirement age, sorry, is increasing. We're cutting sick and disabled benefits of British people from £110 a week to £70 a week. People are expected to live on that. And sure as fuck, within a couple of years' time, they'll probably cut the average benefit of the British person who's just looking for work. We'll cut that down too. But they will never cut down the likes of these people's benefits. No, because it's to take from Peter to give to Paul. They'll take off the British person to give to these people. I know it's a kind of touchy subject. Every video I've made in regards to anything to do with people like this, or the migrant crisis for that matter in general, I've always had an inkling of paranoia that I'm going to be called racist when I upload the video, because that's the society we live in now. If you do not follow the left's mantra, then you're deemed a racist. You can't have a middle ground. You can't have a difference of opinion. You have to believe what they believe, or you're racist. Or these fools that are indoctrinated into this left's way of thinking, this liberal bullshit. It's fucked up, man. And we have, you know, taxpayers are paying for this family here to live in a 425 grand 4-bedroom house, and they do not work. I bet you, if this was a British family, you know, Stephen, Kelly, McDonald, you'd have something to say. But oh no. So anyway, family of 10 who receive an estimated 44 grand a year benefits, who previously claimed to have been neglected, have been moved to a 425 grand dream house. Father of 8, Arnold Soup, and his wife have moved their brood into the home in Milton Keynes after previously complaining their cramped 3-bedroom house. Their 3-bedroom house in Luton was cramped. They even turned down 3 moves to bigger homes and were presented with an ultimatum to accept another house or be made homeless by Luton Borough Council. Now, as I said in the other video I made about this family, my mother rejected a house about 10 or 11 years ago from the council, and she's never been offered one since. So how the fuck are they able to, you know, reject 2, 3, and then be given another house after having their hotel expenses paid for by the council? That just doesn't work in this society, but it does if you're from where they're from. So that's a disgrace. You know what I mean? Now, as I also said in the other video I made, I understand that some of these children were born prior to them moving to the UK. They lived in France before, but like, why do you continue to procreate if you know your house is cramped? Where's the logic to that? According to The Sun, they're now living in a detached property with 4 double bedrooms, a utility room, garage, garden and a driveway that would normally cost $2,000 per month. The move has angered neighbours who have told the paper it was unfair the family didn't have to pay rent in a lovely estate. One neighbour told The Sun, if you have 8 kids you should not expect to be bailed out. The father has played the system and won. They're extremely fortunate. This is a lovely estate. Parents are desperate to move here. But see, that's the thing. Not even lovely estates now, as I said, in this day and age. House prices are rocketing, and people, even less well-off people, are fortunate enough to get a house off the council, or fortunate enough to be able to afford a property. But then people like that can just badge in the queue. And then all these left's argument, you know, oh, immigration is good for the UK. Well, tell me, what part of people like that? Because you're not the only family doing this. This is the only one that seems to be reported on. This happens time and time again. It's been happening for years. What good are they doing for society? What good is that man and his wife doing for society? The only thing he seems to be good at is procreating. Fucking wrong, man. Politicians have also hit out at the move, considering the UK housing crisis. Luton Conservative Councillor Michael Gart described the move as a result for the family. A result for the family. I mean, wow. A result for the family. As long as the family are alright, eh? You know what I mean? While Conservative MP David Morris told the Sun families up and down Britain could never dream of affording a big house like this, yet they're having their noses rubbed in the fact by being made to fork out for someone else to live like a king. But it seems to be a regular occurrence, doesn't it not? Even all these migrants and refugees come over here, or come over to Europe, regardless of where they come from, on their little illegal dinghy, and they're given a house. You know, they're given the works. Become top priority. I don't understand though what the hell this family are doing, allowing the media into their home. They take photos, unless these photos come from, you know, the website where the house was up on the market from. I don't know, but I don't know what the hell's going through their head. They're bound to know that it's going to incite some form of racial tension, and you know, rightly so to an extent. I mean, I don't condone racism. I'm not racist, you know, but there seems to be, you know, if society wants, well, the media and the like want you to be more accepting towards migrants and refugees, and I think they should stop. The government should stop doing everything in its power to create a wedge between the two. If they were treated exactly the same as the British person, I don't think that many British people would have an issue. But the fact that they've got a glowing halo around them and nobody can touch them, and I don't mean physically before you think I'm trying to incite racial violence, I'm simply saying that they seem to be in a league of their own when it comes to the pandering and everything given to them. Then none of them need to work a day in their fucking life. Nothing. Whereas if the average British person that's stuck at the job centre, they miss one appointment or 10 minutes late, they get sanctioned for a month, but they don't even need to go to the fucking job centre, do they? So fucked up, man. Sorry for the swearing, you know. It's not clear exactly what benefits the family claim, but as EU citizens they would be entitled to up to 25 grand a year in handouts to their home. They have a flat screen, whatever. See, this is what I mean with the Daily Mail and all the other newspapers that, like, print a story, you know, they go into some detail, and I think that in itself is to create some form of racial tension. But you know, I'm not going to. They have received handouts worth more than 103 grand in the last 12 months, including 44 grand in housing and child benefits, child tax credits, and NHS course payments worth 27 grand, 38 grand 4-month hotel stay, 2100 in room service. Jesus, man. Wow. Previously reported by the Mail, Mr. Sub had initially been renting privately after moving from Paris to study mental health nursing, but started having his £1,278 per month rent covered by local council as soon as he had lived here for the required 3-month period. Oh my god. Oh my days. The couple, both aged 33, were born in Cameroon but later moved to France as teenagers. Moved to Britain from France and have refused to rule or adding to the family, which already consists of their 8 children. I don't know what they're doing naming the children either. That's a bit shady, but regardless, they moved from Paris to Luton in 2012 after Mr. Sub got a place in a mental health nursing course at the University of Bedfordshire. The NHS funds the 9 grand cost of the 3-year degree. But there's my point. What incentive does this man have to do to fulfill his course? He's got the house of his dreams, he's getting benefits left, right and centre, and all they need to do to exploit the British welfare system is keep procreating. And it's alright, because, you know, in a couple of years' time, to make way for people like him and his wife, will just cut more and more benefits of British people. All these welfare reforms that were put in place years and years and years ago to help people in poverty has been exploited. And don't get me wrong, yeah, there's a lot of British people that exploit it too. Countless. But at least they're British. I don't see why somebody from another country can come over here and do the exact same thing. Does that make me racist? Fuck you. I'm sick of that. You know, whenever I'm on a video, you know, going for the comments and stuff, and it's a video that's kind of like this, there's so many comments, you know, with these lefties, and they always accuse the the person that made the video has been a Trump supporter or racist, and they're like, you know what I mean, because they have a different way of thinking to their lefty bullshit. It's ridiculous, man. It's really ridiculous. The family initially lived in a large 5-bedroom and 70-detached house in a quiet residential road in Luton, worth 22,100,000. But they moved out after the landlord sold up. They were then put up for 4 months at the Hampton by Hilton Hotel in Luton at a cost of 38 grand. Getting room service and that paid for them, and they were complaining that they had to eat Chinese food off the floor paid by the council. You know what I mean? And when most people, you know, when they go, you know, when the landlord sells up, then, you know, that could leave them in a bit of turmoil. They have no choice but to get a house ASAP, or they're in serious jeopardy of being fucked. But no. Mr. Sub gets to live in a hotel paid by the council. Wow, good. The council also paid 21 grand for the family's room service and restaurant bill. In another former house in Bletchley, the family had a range of luxury possessions. See again. Last month, Mr. Sub told the Mail, why is he telling the Mail these things? This is the only reason it makes me question the possible validity of the story, but at the same time, it happens all the time, so it is probably true. But what is this guy doing telling the Mail these things? He told the Mail the search for the house was not motivated by greed. Well, what the hell was it motivated for then? He said, I'm not a greedy man. They're trying to say that we are greedy, but we are not. Wow. Wow, I can feel my blood boiling right now. They just haven't given us the property we deserve. We are not greedy. We just want a home for the kids. Oh, we want a home for the kids. And what was it though? The last house you had? You had your one of your bedrooms converted into a gym/office, but you're complaining that it was too cramped. What you doing converting a fucking bedroom into a gym/office then? You just want a home for the kids. You're greedy, scrounging bastards. So you are. He previously worked in a warehouse in France where he was able to rent a home. I regretted leaving France after moving into this property. Even my kids did, he added. Ah dear. Ah dear, oh dear. We are not greedy. I'm gonna leave this video before I say something I regret. When the hell is society going to stop bending over backwards for people like this? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Take from Peter to give to Paul, but Paul is now Muhammad. Am I racist? I probably am if you're a lefty. It's a joke, man. An absolute joke. Countless people in this country live in poverty, but they're living high in the water. Peace.